In this video, I'll be talking about the mistakes that many bookkeepers make and how it affects you. Also, I will tell you about my experience working with construction clients all over US and how it's even possible through the remote bookkeeping. And lastly, why you need a good bookkeeper for your business. Hi, I'm Elizaveta Boals and welcome back to my channel. If you are a fan of all things business, construction, bookkeeping, and making money so you can finally live the life that you want, then you are in the right place. If any of these videos resonate with you, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and make sure to ring the notification bell so you don't miss a new video. So, as a business owner in general, no matter what niche or industry you're in, we have all one goal. We want to stop stress. And we put up a business because we all wanted more freedom. And of course, when we do it right, it's never the best way to make more money. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money, right? So some of us went into business because we wanted to make a positive impact on the world. Others became business owners because it runs in the family. In my case, I wanted all the above, and more importantly, I wanted to have financial and time freedom so I can retire early and do things that I love. But of course, when we got into business, it didn't come with a manual. So nor were we ever told, hey, put up a business and you'll never stress again in your entire life. In fact, it feels like the opposite. In the first 5 years of running a business is probably the most stress we'll ever encounter, and the real entrepreneurs are set apart from those who merely wanted to give it a shot, because the real entrepreneurs faced the grit and the stress that running a business throws at them. And if you're still here 5 years down the road, hustling and bustling to keep your business alive, I salute you, because it's difficult. I give you a huge congratulations. So let me ask you this. Is it possible to actually stress less? Is it possible to gain all that lost time back? Will our businesses be forever enveloped into this thing called stress? The answer is yes, of course it's possible. The thing is, sometimes it's our fault as business owners why we constantly feel like we're putting our fires 24/7 or running like headless chickens, or throwing spaghettis at strategies on the wall hoping one of the noodles would stick. And you're probably not in your head as I say these things, but we often have this feeling that we have to do everything ourselves. If I did it myself, it would be done faster. That's the most famous line of most managers and CEOs say, that when they're having to hire and train people to do what they do, it's very hard to let go of that control. But reality is, if you want to grow and scale your business, this is an inevitable step. At some point, you need to let go of that control and find the right people to help you grow. You have to take time to train them, and eventually the hard work pays off. Otherwise, if you let your ego take center stage and you think you're always the smartest person in the room, then your business will eventually tire you and burn you out, or even worse, it simply becomes a hobby that stays the same for years. So can you imagine investing some time, actually investing a lot of time and effort in a business you're building, only to have it close down because you wanted to do everything yourself, or you're too afraid to trust others in order to grow your team. You started the business for purpose, and if you don't start thinking about how you can scale your business, then I assure you will not get what you want. And you and I both know this is the last thing we want to happen. So, but I'm not here to really scare you. In fact, I am simply painting a picture because I was in this exact same pickle not too long ago. And you see, I was doing too much, too quick, and I was doing it all on my own. and I didn't have a team. I didn't have any help to grow my business, and I took the risk of doing everything on my own, and I almost gave up a couple times. But when I started to invest the money I earned back into my business by growing a team, things changed. And this is the point I want to make. Hiring a team will be the best decision for your business. You get back the time you spend doing everything on your own. You can stress less, provided to hire the right people. And you can finally focus on increasing your profitability by shifting your efforts on activities that actually help your business make more money, those highest income generating activities. And lastly, I'm here to tell you why getting a good bookkeeper as a part of your core team can and will massively impact your business very positively. So let's say you're keen to hire. Your business is finally in that sweet spot financially where you're ready to invest at least starting point of $500. The next question is, who do you hire first? Do you hire a legal team or assistant's office secretary? Do you hire a marketing person? Let me tell you this. It's very good to consider first hiring a money person, a good bookkeeper, especially if that bookkeeper has enough knowledge about the industry you're in. I know it sounds like a sales pitch, but hear me out. The main idea usually is cutting the fat, not the muscle, in terms of professional services that you're choosing to acquire. And the muscle is that team member that will be by your side, that will care for your business. Hiring people is going to be a regular expense, so you need to make sure that you cut any unnecessary expenses at the same time so your money stays financially healthy, so to speak. So why should you choose to hire a bookkeeper first? It's simple, because bookkeepers help you track your money. That's plain and simple. And everyday business owners have to focus on activities that have to do everything with marketing and sales and growing their business. You need to understand first that bookkeepers and accountants are not the same also. However, in the long run, it will make sense to have both your bookkeeper and the CPA work hand in hand in elevating your business, strategy. But I will highly recommend getting a bookkeeper first, so then you can build a solid foundations in terms of tracking where your money goes. And here's a quick rundown, just how different CPAs and bookkeepers are. CPAs prepare and file your tax return. They give you advice about the legal entity structures, and in general, they give you a lot of times business and financial advice. Some business owners also run to accountants, CPAs, for help in terms of filing taxes, setting up brand new corporation, similar bigger responsibilities. And the bookkeeper would help you track your daily transactions and monthly reconciliations. They can help you send invoices and manage accounts receivables ledgers for clients. They can be tasked to chase the late payments when necessary, handles accounts payable, rate your billing, help you keep an eye on cash flow, prepare the books for the CPA. These books will then be used by the CPAs to make the relevant business decisions for you as well. They will be very helpful. That's why I always can't stress enough how important it is to look at your financial statements regularly. Your bookkeepers can give an advice on the trends and forecasting. They can help you with budgeting, track your job costing so you stay on point with those estimates and profits and budgets versus actuals. And that's just the basic list. Bookkeepers in general are gatekeepers to a business owner's finances. Without them, you can't see your true numbers. Well, only at the end when you have to file taxes and it's way too late to fix anything. And also, now that you know the difference between the CPAs and the bookkeepers, it's quite obvious why you need a really good bookkeeper. But Also, effective and knowledgeable bookkeepers can help you by allowing you to focus on your business strategy. I can't stress this enough. Business owners have one goal, and it's to make money, to keep the business thriving, and this includes paying themselves as well as their employees and contractors, their suppliers, and other relevant expenses. And how can you increase your profits if you're too busy doing everything yourself? Another thing that bookkeepers usually help you with is save time. Good bookkeepers are trained to use advanced accounting software to track your daily expenses, receipts, everything like that. And it just simply saves you a lot of times when crunching up the numbers and reconciling all the data. They help you reduce accountant costs, right? If your CPA was doing all those tasks, it would be probably very costly. They would also help you avoid running out of money because they provide careful monitoring of them. Bookkeepers are the best cash flow monitors you can find. And you can acquire access to your numbers very quickly. Now, of course, even bookkeepers make mistakes like any other human beings, but this is why you need to be very careful in choosing the right bookkeeper for your business, because the tiniest mistakes can make massive financial impact for your business. Right now, I would like to give you some examples of the mistakes that I found lately that the previous bookkeepers have made. So one of the biggest mistakes is poorly categorizing expenses. That can result in any numbers of problems because a lack of knowledge about formal bookkeeping practices can lead to accounting nightmares that can be very hard to fix. Accurately tracking those income and expenses in the correct categories ensures that proper profitability measurement. The latest example I have is when I took over the books from the previous bookkeeper, and I found a bunch of transactions that have been actually categorized to the income account instead of owner contributions to the business. So if she would have filed taxes with that kind of numbers, then she would have had to pay taxes on her own contributions and investments to the business. Another example is failure to reconcile bank accounts. I often tell my clients to make sure, firstly, that they have separated the business and personal, because that creates all kinds of problems if they're used all together. It's very hard to track expenses this way. And also, the reconciliation of the accounts will help to minimize errors and identify potential issues. I can't count the amount of times that reconciliations showed a million of mistakes made during categorizing, from wrong transfers, payroll accounts messed up, bills recorded to the wrong accounts, unclear checks, and many others. Another problem is when your bookkeeper is doing irregular bookkeeping. If your bookkeeper doesn't stay on top of your finances each month, it will compound over time. And in the end, the result would be a year-long worth of headache as you try to go back from the beginning of the financial fiscal year to produce the right data for your accountant come the tax season. And the worst part is that you are unable to see the numbers throughout the year to make sure that you are making a good profit and moving to the goals according to your budgeting and forecasting. Another problem is when bookkeepers are not showing you financial statements. Think of your financial statements as your money diary. And if your bookkeeper doesn't communicate with you on this on a regular basis, you won't have accurate answer when time comes that you need to make a business decision that requires a lot of money and strategy, and you just have no idea because you've never seen your numbers. Another thing is that many bookkeepers they're out there not specializing in specific industry, and they think that they can just be efficient in every field, and that is a hard thing to do unless you have 25 plus years of experience in bookkeeping. So Construction bookkeeping requires even way more tracking and strategy because it's highly dynamic and it's always changing. Not to mention projects that often have job order changes and progress that has to be tracked regularly against expenses and budgeting. So if you hire someone who knows nothing about these things, you'll be wasting your resources, your time, and potentially receiving inaccurate numbers, and that's just not good. The other part is incorrectly recording major purchases and potentially corresponding loans with those purchases. Oftentimes what I see is clients booking auto loans to the expense account, and this is a red flag because if vehicle is owned, then you have to add the asset with the value of the vehicle and you have to record the liability of the loan and then depreciate the value of that vehicle over time. Another big problem is not recording the payroll correctly. At the year end, your payroll report should match exactly to your books with the breakdown of all the wages and salaries, your payroll taxes, your benefits. That's very important as well. Do you want to know something interesting about me? Not all of my clients are in the same state as me, and yet it still works. I keep track of where all of my clients are from. I even have one in the state of Hawaii. How does that work, you ask? Very simple. We have amazing systems in place. We have great processes that we set up that work for all of us. And also it really helps that I'm really knowledgeable in construction industry. It's my niche, it's my expertise. So all of my clients are in the construction business, and despite not being in the same state where they are, my knowledge plus the fact that I'm a certified QuickBooks proadvisor makes my remote bookkeeping business possible and effective. Here's how I take care of my clients. I have a system, and this system allows me and my clients to communicate without having to be in the same room physically. We have a way to communicate, send invoices, get paid, send additional information, hold meetings. I make sure that the system works for any kind of client that I have, no matter where they're at in the world, even when you have a crazy time difference like West Coast and I'm on the East Side. I am available to my clients anytime unless discussed otherwise, and this is another vital piece of information that we discuss upon onboarding. I keep myself on top of the construction business news, so it's important for me to make sure that I can share relevant information to my clients. An example being when the prices of lumber reached an all-time high, I checked on my clients right away if they were affected by it, because each state will have absolutely different situations. So I once had a client who praised how personalized and bespoke my approach was towards his business because of my expertise and knowledge on the construction industry. It wasn't hard for us to track job order changes against his budget. In fact, I was the one who had to constantly remind him to check back with customers if they have paid and if they are satisfied with the project progress. And having this sort of care for somebody else's business has truly served my clients the best way possible. So it's possible with the remote services. How it works, I get that question many times. It is more simple than it seems truly. I use the power of the internet and various applications that allow me to do that work remotely, and I am very, very thankful for this opportunity to work and still be able to care for my daughter. And after all, nowadays, most of us are using online banking, multiple apps on our phones. We do video chats on Zoom, FaceTime our friends and families. We pay the bills online. So why not have bookkeeper work remotely? You will save a lot of money by doing that. You may ask, why would you hire a remote bookkeeper? And that's because not only you would save money, you would receive unlimited fast support available for you pretty much any day, and then you will have a trusted advisor letting you know about the ways you could increase your profits monthly or even weekly. You will know about your company's financial standing before the end of the year, so you could actually make changes before it's too late. I have only limited amount of clients, that lets me take care of the business with extra attention. And you will save your valuable time and use it to focus on your business. Your documents will be ready for your taxes to prepare on time. So no hassle, no headache, no worries. So here's a simple case scenario of how the remote part of the job is done. First, I am a QuickBooks Online Certified Pro Advisor. Both you and your bookkeeper can enter this cloud-based solutions from anywhere, from any device. It's super useful. If you already have QuickBooks account, all you need to do is invite your bookkeeper so he or she could start working on your books. And if you don't have an accountant, I can help you set one up set the system up from scratch, and even provide a subscription discount that QuickBooks offers to the pro advisors. Then when it comes to the documents, they're placed and stored in secure cloud-based storage solutions. I use mostly Google Drive and Dropbox. I create a system of files for you to easily upload the information necessary for recording in the accounting software. And you and I both have access to those files. So another useful feature is that you can sync your bank checking and credit card accounts to QuickBooks Online, and it will just automatically load all the transactions, so you don't have to worry about getting those monthly statements and entering everything manually. And if I have any questions at the beginning of our partnership, I either set up a call with you or create a spreadsheet and send it to you to gain additional information about transactions, and we would do that throughout the month. Then the weekly, monthly, or quarterly virtual meetings by Zoom are very helpful to discuss your financial performance and recommend some improvements. I explain your financial reports and show you my findings, basically. For secure and easy receipts recording, me and my clients use QuickBooks Online Receipts feature. No more shoe boxes, no more audit scare. It just let me know what purchase transactions need to be recorded and to what job, and all you need to do is snap a picture. That fast and easy. If you would like me to take care of invoicing and billing, we can use all sorts of systems and processes set up for this easy system as well. I'm not your average bookkeeper. I thrive to become a trusted advisor, and I definitely recommend you to find a bookkeeper that would be super knowledgeable in your industry, would thrive to care for your business truly, and make sure to provide those advisory services, that information that you will need, whether it's budgeting, forecasting, maybe figure out the profit margin and how to increase it. In the end, you have to stay in control of your financials. You can see other ways your remote bookkeeper can save you money in the link down below. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to give me a call or email me. I am happy to hear about your business and see how I can help you. That's it for today. Please let me know in the comments if you have considered hiring a bookkeeper, and if not, what are your reasons? Maybe we can talk them over. And don't forget to like this video if you found this information helpful, and subscribe not to miss more of my content. Thank you for watching.